Time for another episode of Local Roots. Hi, I'm Todd Studer. If you happened to catch the earlier show on Morning Coffee and you were subjected to my hiccups, I think I'm past them. I did the holding my breath routine, and it hadn't been working, but this time it seemed like it did. So I'm going to cross my fingers that we are past it, and I don't have to subject you to the hiccups anymore. On today's show, we actually have a couple of guests, Dr. Trede and also Bailey McQueen. They are with an organization that was known as Avenue Scholars of Southwest Iowa. They are now Career EdVantage. And they're going to talk about work-based learning, Giving Tuesday, and everything that's going on at Career EdVantage. I love this organization. I think that the work that they do in the schools, now a dozen schools around Southwest Iowa, helping young people transition from school into the workforce and making sure that they have all the tools that they need to do that. Well, I think this is just what we need in our region, and they're helping to keep homegrown talent at home, and I'm excited about that. So Dr. Trede and also Bailey McQueen, our guests today on Local Roots. The studios on Willow opening next month inside the historic Park Building in downtown Council Bluffs. Now, this was created through a collaboration between my company, Los Hills Media and Podcasts, and also Tailslate Agency that is owned by Kyle Ranney. The new space will bring professional audio and video recording to the heart of our area, including high-quality video podcasting for businesses, service organizations, and anyone ready to share their message. So you can book your podcast time now at a reduced rate. Schedule as much time as you need. Give me a call, 712-330-9306, or you can always reach out to me on my website, loshillsmedia.com, for more information. Celebrate the season with Frosting Inc. in Walnut, a brand new sponsor that we have here on Local Roots. Frosting Inc. is your hometown stop for irresistible holiday treats and unique local gifts. Pre-order now from the Christmas menu, and don't miss the customer favorite chocolate-covered cherries. They sell out every year. Frosting Inc. is open Wednesday through Saturday with fresh baked sweets, custom orders, and merchandise from local vendors that make perfect gifts. You'll also find them at craft fairs across the area, spreading holiday cheer one treat at a time. Make your holidays sweeter with Frosting Inc. in Walnut. And Local Roots is brought to you by Dave Lawrence, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Learn how he can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com for more information. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Joining us this morning, it is Dr. Trede and also Bailey McQueen, and I was about to introduce your titles, and, well, here's the thing, Kara, I've got your business card here. Oh. That logo over your head doesn't look like that logo that's on this business card. Ta-da! What's going on here?
Yeah, so the last time we had the opportunity to speak, yes, our organization's name, Avenue Scholars Southwest Iowa, but there were some shifts at our partner organization, Avenue Scholars in Omaha. Their infrastructure changed and their leadership changed. And it afforded our board of directors an opportunity to decide, are we going to head that direction with them? Or are we going to head in a direction that works for Southwest Iowa? And with that decision, which was a very difficult decision, we had a great partnership, have a great partnership still with Avenue Scholars, but we are serving Southwest Iowa. It's different constituents, it's different businesses, and it's a totally different need. And so we had the opportunity to go back to our original name. When we were founded in 2019, we were founded as Career EdVantage. And our board said, let's head in the direction of our origins and support Southwest Iowa specifically. So yeah, that did change recently.
I'm thinking of this, and as you mentioned, it is the original name, but I think it's also a very descriptive name because you can see that and know exactly what it is that you do.
Right, and we agree, and so does our board. That makes good sense because it's setting students up, giving them an advantage, and then for all of what we do is about careers, which is why Bailey's here today too. She's very focused on our career side, and it's also marrying education with careers. So that's why the advantage is actually ED instead of AD, because it gives a nod to the education piece of everything we do.
How often, as you are talking with these young people, do you run across somebody that has a really clear idea of what they want to do when they go to the next level and how they can best take advantage of that? Because I remember when I graduated high school, no clue, none whatsoever.
That's a good question, because I don't know, I think it's probably like 50-50.
Yeah, and I think that like when we first meet them, maybe their sophomore year of high school, they have a very clear picture of what they want to do. But then when we start exploring some of those career awareness and exploration opportunities, maybe that they still have a clear vision, but the vision itself shifts a little bit. So I think those students that really are locked in, they're going to have a clear vision at the end. It may just look a little bit different, but they're still just as motivated to get to that end point.
Yeah,
and then we have the other half that are like, I need to check out everything because I'm not sure. And I was one of those people, so those are my favorite.
I think that's the exact correct approach, that it's okay to pick something and change your mind. It's okay to make a slight shift. It's okay to make a U-turn. All of this is fine, and it's great that there is organizations out there to assist with that, because oftentimes, young people don't know what they don't know. They don't know how to get where it is that they want to go. Is there an actual path to get there? I don't see it, so it must not exist. Yeah, it does. That's why you guys are there.
Yeah, that's a great point too. And what I think that is unique about Career Advantage is they have they have an organization that is supporting them through this decision-making process. And it's different than talking to a parent or a guardian, and it's different than the expectations of your school, your teachers, and so forth. And our staff are highly trained in career development and career exploration specifically. And so it's kind of like having this niche where these kids can come, these young people can come and say, I don't know, please help me. I know that this is the life I'm looking for, or what do my skills align with, or my strengths? What are those? And so it's nice for them to have a safe person and a safe place to be able to do all that exploration. And there is a lot of exploration that they get to do. We were talking just on Friday as we were wrapping up the week, and we had, I think, a dozen different career experiences that students were able to go and participate in last week alone, just in 1 week. So there's a lot going on for exploration in a capacity where we're saying it's okay for you to come and say, I don't know, or I'm changing my mind, and you have a safe adult and a safe place to do that.
Being able to provide these services in a dozen different schools around Southwest Iowa, the flip side to that coin is you also need to have pretty strong relationships with the businesses that are out there, because you talked about that path to get some of that training. That's where it's coming from, isn't it? Is with the existing businesses that we already have here?
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely. We have a wonderful relationship. We serve 12 different school districts, but that equates to over 30 different communities because, when you're out at AHSTW, you have so many smaller communities that are making up that school district itself. So we need to make sure that we are present in all of these different communities and finding out what their workforce needs might be, not only right now, but also in the future, because we want to make sure that we're offering the ability to make sure that we are keeping these small towns with a talent pipeline of young people and helping with that revitalize of the Southwest Iowa, because we want to make sure that they have these young people that are coming back and working and living and buying homes and doing all those things. So we are really partnering with all of the different small businesses, large businesses, medium-sized, to figure out what their needs are, and then asking, okay, now we have a group of students that are interested in, maybe it's just overarching trades, but maybe it is specific to HVAC or electrical or welding. So then we can go and work with these businesses to first get students in the door, get them into a career experience that maybe a job shed or an industry tour, have professionals speak to them, and then we can build off on that, on what their experiences look like with part-time employment, internships, career experiences in the summer. So it really does take a lot of just relationship building and a lot of networking We're also very grateful because we have so many wonderful business partners that will contact us and be like, hey, I just talked to this person at a meeting and I told them, hey, if you want good employees or young people to help you in the summer, reach out. So it's really that word of mouth too. And we know, being a small community, that's what you have to rely on is those connections and that word of mouth, because you trust people you're working with more than any advertisement or things like that.
You know, when you think back, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago that the blue-collar world was just kind of, we weren't really paying that close of attention to it. And we ended up in nearly a crisis because there just wasn't enough workers. There wasn't, the businesses. And, you get on somebody's list and it might be months before they can get to you because there's just not enough of it out there. But that has shifted. Have you put any thought or the reason why all of that happened? Why did we become so much more aware, and now we have so many more resources than we used to?
Yeah, I mean, that is something that we talk about on a regular basis, and we're curious about it too, and we have some of our own guesses or hypotheses as to why this has shifted the way it has, because we both came from the generation where you were going to college no matter what, and it was pressed upon us. There was no exception to it. There were no trades people coming out of our high schools, and now we're seeing 20 years later that in fact it's quite the opposite. That we're saying, hold on, there's a pathway for everyone, and I think what has shifted in at least my opinion, but I know we've talked about it a lot, so we share, is we're seeing that it's not a one size fits all. And we have largely taken that approach. We've largely said, this is what everyone should do, is go this pathway. Well, now we're saying, no, that doesn't work for everybody. And we're not setting these young people up for success. Just because one thing works for this person doesn't mean it's going to work for another. I think that, mixed with the fact that we are having a workforce shortage across the trades and across healthcare, those are the two that we see that are the biggest. I think those things mixed together, we're saying, okay, we really need to focus on individualized pathways and individualized plans that best support these people. So to Bailey's point, they want to live and work here because we want them in our communities. We want to see Southwest Iowa continue to thrive, well beyond our days. And so that's a little bit of what we have talked about in our different, just with each other, but also with different businesses that we're experiencing that with.
And all of this is just one of the legs on the stool, if you will, of creating that growth and creating the opportunity for growth of what we're seeing around Southwest Iowa. When I go into these smaller communities, and you talked about it, that it takes a lot of them to make one school district now, but they are oftentimes thriving. We're seeing new specialty businesses coming in that are being successful. We're seeing communities still able to maintain their identity while adding and growing and maintaining that talent, that homegrown talent, as you said, is really vital to that. Of course, we welcome anybody. Come on in. If you want to be here, we'd love for you to be here. But at the same time, making sure that those that are already here see the value and they see that, this is actually a place that I want to be able to continue on my career, and I can establish my family, and we can raise our own children here. And that's the cycle that we're trying to just gain momentum with.
And we have the opportunity to really support our students who want to have that sense of community pride, who want to give back to the community. Then we're assisting with opening these doors so that they do have employment, they do have credentialing, they do have the licenses that they need that they didn't think were possible because maybe financial barriers were in the way or they just didn't know quite how to do that. But no one has more community pride than someone graduating from a small town.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I'm from a small town. I know that my high school no longer exists, but my parents still live back in Shenandoah. And I go back and visit, and I'm like, what do you mean you have a sugar bakery here? I didn't have anywhere I could go get candy. And so to see all these wonderful things that a community like Shenandoah has, and then to know we're in that school district supporting, enhancing, offering supplemental resources to make sure that we can all work together and truly collaborate to keep these communities thriving, because that's what they're doing. But we need to make sure that we have a plan to sustain that, and that we don't lose students who think they need to take off because they don't know what's right in their own backyard.
And
For
sorry,
please.
you made a great point too, Todd. When we're talking about bringing new people into our area too and encouraging population growth with transplants that are moving here, we need to have businesses that attract them, and we need to have the workforce that can support it. We talk a lot in our community about housing, and our students can participate in the housing development, right? We have construction students, we have all the trades. And so in order to have people move to our community, we need to have places for them to move to, and we need to have businesses that draw them in for employment or leisure or participation or support their lifestyle and so forth. And lucky for us and what we do at Career EdVantage, everything we do supports all of that, what Bailey was talking about, and the concept of building a community that people want to move to and then stay in.
Of course, you are a nonprofit, and that means that in order to be successful and to be successful in helping these young people, you need help from those of us who are already here, and from business owners and other individuals. So how can we do that? How is it that the business community and everyone else can best support what's going on there?
So one thing that, I mean, we are super grateful for the opportunities that our businesses afford us by partnering with us, allowing our students in the door. Something that Career EdVantage has really developed over the past 3 to 5 years are our career experiences and our summer experiences as well. We have part-time internships. We have career boot camps, which are huge. We did year 3 last year. We had 75 students that participated in a month long, the entire month of June. We had businesses like Jenny Edmondson, Power Tech, so many others that partnered with us. Google was a great series sponsors for the boot camp. But they came and they worked with our students. They helped them with not only employability skills, but hands-on technical training. I mean, one thing the state of Iowa does really, really well is their work-based learning and the push for industry-recognized credentials, IRCs. And so what Career EdVantage is lucky to be a little bit ahead of that. We started doing that a couple years ago, but our students are in these pathways. They're in skilled trades, health services, business and service, information technology, and transportation. So all of our students that are in high school, we work with the businesses. We figure out what credentials, really will set them apart coming straight out of high school or maybe being an intern. And so our students are they have the opportunity to earn an IRC, an industry recognized credential through the state when they're still in high school. So our students are not only graduating with, say we have a skilled trade student, they're not only graduating with their high school diploma, they're also going to graduate with their OSHA 10, their forklift, and then they're going to be going on to what their next path may look like. So last summer alone, we had 203 certifications earned in the month of June, 1 month, and 153 of those were Iowa recognized industry ready credentials.
Wow.
So we wouldn't be able to do that without all of these business partners working with us and saying, hey, when you have someone that's fresh 18 and we want to get them in the door, if they have their OSHA 10, their forklift, their hazardous occupation training, those are things that we know they're committed to that can get them in the door. Healthcare is the same thing. Basic life support, CPR, first aid, and their CNA. All of our students who are going into the medical route, they will have those 4 IRCs before they even walk out of their high school doors. So creating those opportunities so our businesses can really partner by supporting these students, helping us with getting them credentialed, offering their support. They're the true experts in the field. So we want to make sure that we're saying, hey, we want you to tell us, give us the tailored targeting training that you want us to deploy for them. We're not going to pretend like we're the experts, but we will partner to make sure that we're doing it correctly. And then just to make sure that they continue to provide those opportunities, because we know that it's a lot to ask someone to say, hey, let this 16 to 18-year-old come in and teach them some great things. But the mentorship that these businesses offer is just unmatched. And so we want to make sure we continue that. And in order to have these students prepared, it leads us into what we're really needing, which is like our kits for our students for these 5 different pathways and how we can make sure that they're adequately prepared.
Yeah.
So all of this leading up to, there's a lot of different organizations talking about this right now, and there's a reason for it. There is a day called Giving Tuesday, and this is, it's the first Tuesday in December, it's December 2nd, and this is an opportunity to remind everyone, but also everybody has a target date now. Here's what we're shooting for. Here's where we know that we want to be able to provide these things. And what is happening with Career Advantage when it comes to Giving Tuesday?
You know, Giving Tuesday is an exciting time in the nonprofit world, and we encourage everyone to support a nonprofit that is close to their heart or near and dear. If you're interested in supporting young people in career development, we're a good fit because for Giving Tuesday for us, we're taking an approach with our pathway kits. These are kits that we give, we need for all of the students going into our different pathways that give them the tools and the resources right up front. So like when Bailey talked about healthcare, we do basic life support, first aid, CPR, and CNA. And those all combined are hundreds of dollars. And so we're looking to raise money so that we can pay for these students going into these different career pathways. And each of our pathways, we have 5, and each of them have different starter kits that our students need. Like for skilled trades, there's some certifications for safety, and then there's safety gear that they have to have. And so a financial contribution is actually supporting those students in preparation for their career. And we take a little bit different approach. It is Giving Tuesday, but we actually call it Investing Tuesday.
There you go.
Because the contribution is an investment in something. And for us at Career Advantage, it's an investment in our local workforce, in our talent pipeline, which is ultimately an investment in our own communities, right? Because we want to have these people become our strong workforce of the future and then, give back to our economies and keep all of Southwest Iowa thriving. And so for us, it's a little bit more than Giving Tuesday. We want people to invest in their future workforce and these young people who totally deserve it.
Long time ago, before I ever dove into the entrepreneurial world myself, there was an insurance agent that actually is pretty close to here, and he talked about it, that you support your family and you support your community. And that is keys to having a successful business, because people want to do business in a community that they know that business supports that community. It's just how it works. This is, we live, I don't care where you are in Southwest Iowa, you're in small town Iowa. Even if you're in Council Bluffs, you're in small town Iowa. And that's how business is done here. I've said it many times. I have never brought on a new client of mine that I didn't have a relationship with first. That has to happen. And what better way to show that you are supporting the growth of our area than by giving and donating and investing into an organization that is designed for Southwest Iowa. I mean, that's what it is that you do.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great point. And I appreciate the perspective of that person you were speaking about, because we truly feel that and believe that every day. And that's why we love coming to work, and we feel like this is such an opportunity for us too, because we're also giving back and investing every single day in the future of Southwest Iowa.
And although we serve 400 students, we know them, we can see them in the community and know they're one of our own, and these students truly deserve the community to invest in them, to support them, to believe in them, because when all of us are ready to retire and leave, we're going to need them to be ready to come in and take place and to really keep our community going.
You're also creating your own pipeline, because these young people that are learning and they're gaining the skills and they're gaining the certifications and they want to stay here, they're going to know where that came from. And as they become more successful, they're going to say, look, I want to be able to support what got me here. And so it's perpetual. It's how I look at it.
True cycle. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, again, Giving Tuesday is coming up December 2nd, and lots of great things going on at Career Advantage. Dr. Caracole Trede is the executive director. Bailey McQueen, senior director of strategy. Thank you so much for your time. Grateful that it's not always easy getting on your calendar. I'll say that, but because I know you're busy.
You're right.
but thank you for making the time today to do it,
Thank you.
Looking forward to hearing some more success stories.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you, Todd.
Thanks, Todd.
If you have a business in the trades in Southwest Iowa, you can see how supporting this organization, Career Advantage, would be an advantage to you. Wouldn't you like to have a deeper pool of talent to be able to draw from right here in Southwest Iowa? I know all of the trades looking for help. They're trying to find more people to plug in because they have more work than oftentimes that they can get to. So again, consider helping out Career Advantage and keep that homegrown talent at home. And speaking of homes, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, turn to Blake Hunter, your trusted realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Blake knows the local market and is dedicated to helping you find the perfect place to call home. So whether you're a first-time buyer, upgrading, or ready to sell, Blake Hunter is here to guide you every step of the way. Visit blakehunter.homes and start hunting for your dream home with confidence. And are you in the market for stylish, locally curated fashion that's close to home? How about the Unique Boutique Iowa? They're in Neola on 101 4th Street, your destination for trendy clothing, accessories, and distinctive gifts. Jamie Bush has her shop open on the weekend, Saturdays 10 to 2, Sundays 11 to 3, but you can shop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week online at shopubiowa.com. Unique Boutique Iowa, distinctive styles, heartfelt service, right in Neola. And Service Master Restore by Schmader knows it's hard to get back to normal when you've suffered serious property damage due to flooding, fire, or smoke. And you may also be left with all sorts of questions about how to get your home or business back to normal. Service Master Restore by Schmader will restore your space by offering quality commercial and residential restoration services in our area right here in Southwest Iowa. Call 402-339-9911. You want to get that number in your phone. 402-339-9911. That's Cindy Schmader with Service Master Restore by Schmader. Again, thank you, Bailey McQueen, and also Dr. Trede for joining us today on the show. And we're looking forward to getting you guys back. We'll do that again very soon. My name's Todd Studer. Have a great Wednesday.